Hey everybody, and welcome to Artistry and Cards. My name is Jessica Lynn. I am the artist and owner here at our website, so I am so glad that you have joined me today. Today we're going to be working with a new digital, so I'm so excited to do this. So let me go ahead and just show you around the new website a little bit. Digitals will be arriving over the course of the next couple of days. I kid you not. I have drawn an entire notebook full. I felt very inspired. So lots of digital stamps are coming. So if you are interested, we are doing something where we're going to be offering a couple of digitals to those who are interested in that. Just toss me a message and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. So again, our website is just jessicalynoriginal.com. Okay, so you can see that right here. And when you visit the website, first thing you see is digital stamps, custom rubber stamps. So I do make self-inking rubber stamps, red rubber with wooden handles, the whole bit. I can use your logo. I could draw something for you, whatever the case may be. So don't be afraid to reach out and ask. I also do photopolymer stamps. So those are the clear stamps. So you can see those as well. We've got a ton of them out there. We've also got some really fun swag. So we've got tons of adorable stickers. And here's that one we were just looking at for Halloween. I love that one. It's so cute. And all of these are the nice big limited edition vinyl stickers. So they're really nice quality, really great for like your computer or to put pretty much any place. Let me go ahead and keep moving forward here with you. So there is a clearance section, stamps that are going to be discontinued. Some of these are some of my original designs. As I find them, I put them out there. I do sell some of the handmade cards that I create. I also have gift cards. So if you are looking to give the gift of craft from Jessica Lynn Original, you can purchase those. So just so that you know, they are available. You could also visit our blog, which is right on our main website. Okay, and then you can see, obviously, it shows all of our different posts. I used to use Blogger and I used to use other locations, and it just was not very successful. I didn't like it. Plus, when people wanted to come and shop, they had to go to multiple locations. So that's why we just use one blog now. Obviously here at YouTube. So we are at ArtistryinCards. And you can actually type in ArtistryinCards.com and it will take you to our YouTube channel. When you're out here, it'll look like this. And you can see we've got all the different cards I've made. You can see other cards. So these are actually ones I did live. These are ones that are just like recorded videos and then I edited them. Popular videos. Behind the card I hosted with some absolutely amazing people that are still my friends to this day, and I appreciate every one of them. We also have updates and announcements, spotlight on our creative, which is where we've been featured. Different products that we use, some just doodling, some meet the artist. Here's stuff I do. Here's community, so you can see what people have made with our stamps. And then obviously all of our shorts. So this was the advertisement we showed. Which I absolutely love. Like, I am so excited. I cannot wait. But again, if you're like, I don't know which videos to watch, you could just click on videos and you could see all of our videos. So you could scroll through and just see which sort of, spike your interest. Go ahead and watch. Just a side note, watching the videos does significantly support our channel. I am currently working on getting to the next level where I am going to be able to offer YouTube memberships, which I am so excited about. I have some really fun things planned, but I have to get to that point. So, you know what? Watch the videos. You can just kind of watch me craft. A lot of times I'll turn on other craft cards or videos as well while people are crafting cards, and I'll just kind of leave them running while I'm working on the cards and kind of just listen to what they're talking about and kind of engage. So just be sure to go ahead and do that. And then don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And then don't forget to share this with your friends, share it out to social media. When I can get to that next level, I've got some really fun things going. So I cannot wait to share that with you guys. So super excited. So we're going to head back to jessicalynoriginal.com. There we go. And when we're on that website, first thing you're going to see, again, like we talked about, is all that fun stuff. And here is our Halloween stuff. This is super fun. I love this. Now, if you're looking just straight for digitals, you could just go right here and see all of our newest. But we do have a full curated collection of Halloween stamps. I love drawing for Halloween. It's one of my favorite things I do. This set was launched last year, a little late for Halloween, so it is available. I encourage you to go get this. It's actually cactuses and pumpkins, and you can dress them up in all these different faces with all these different costumes as well. So super cute set. One of my favorites that I designed. I love the mix and match. I've also got 2 new digitals, and we'll talk about those in just a minute. But then again, obviously, all of our fun Halloween stamps are out there. Some creepy ones. Somebody asked me, I only drew up cute stuff. And I said, no, I can draw something scary. So I drew the It Clown. Tons of other stamps. I've just got them out here as well. And then obviously you can see my blog. And in my blog, if you click on that, you are able to see like the video of me making that. Because I always think it's fun to be able to watch people make those cards. Because then I can be inspired to make my next series of cards. So let me just scroll up here a little bit. All right, so my brand new. So we're going to go to digital stamps. And then I'm going to go ahead and show them to you by newest. Boom, there they are, ready for fall. So you can see we did add a couple of new ones this summer. And for the fall, we added this adorable hamster. He's a wizard. It looks like he's playing D&D. I think he's absolutely adorable. Now you're going to see there's all kinds of just so that he can't get stolen, marks on him. So just know that when you get him, he'll be perfect line art. So super cute. The biggest thing I am going to ask about our digital stamps, and anyone else who sells digital stamps, just remember, you can print and color and make endless DIY projects with this design. And it can be used without limit for personal work, right? So please do not resell this image. Please do not do any of that. This is copyrighted. We send all of our art to be copywritten. So please just respect that and have fun crafting. And then don't forget to go ahead and tag us with that. The other thing that's really fun is if you love any of our digital stamps, you can reach out and order a red rubber stamp. So I'm going to show you that really quick. So if you said to me, I love that hamster, okay, can I get him as a digital stamp? Yes. Reach out. We do offer a discount for that as well. It's a small discount, but you could get it as a red rubber stamp. So obviously then what you would do is just choose the size you're looking for. Or you can reach out to me and say, hey, Jess, what size for a card? Or I'm thinking maybe 2 by 2.5. We do offer a 10% discount, but it is made one-off. So just know that it ships pretty darn quick. But it does include my original art. So you would be able to use that again for all of your card making needs if you were looking for just a rubber stamp of it. The other thing about digitals is you can't use those for logos or anything like that. Although if you are looking for me to design a logo, you can always reach out to me at the bottom here. Where's my little contact us? Oh, do I not? Oh my gosh, do I not have it on there anymore? No, I have got to have that on there. Uh-oh. Well, I need to update the webpage. I will put a contact us over on the far left-hand side. I had that on there. That's crazy. Well, I did some cleanup on the website. Oh, here, contact information. There it is. All right, so you can reach out to us. I did put it out there. So it's down at the bottom. Sorry about that. Contact information right there. So if you click on that, you can see you've got our contact email, and you can send us an email, and then we can go ahead and assist you. Okay. And sometimes some people prefer to do it that way because then I can just help you with that. So not a problem. All right, so let's go ahead and start making this really fun card. So we are going to be using this adorable hamster. The other one we have, just so that you know, that's already out and available is our brand new adorable frog hanging out on a pumpkin, which I absolutely love him too. Cool part is you just add them to the cart, pay for them, and you can download them and craft immediately. So there's no waiting, which I'm a really big fan of. So I love that. I get impatient when I see cute images that I want to work with. So let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and add this. We're going to add it to our cart. And then as you can see, you'll just go ahead and check out and download. And when you pay for it, you can either pay using, like a Visa card, you could use PayPal, you could use just the regular shopping checkout, totally up to you. All right, now one of the tricks that I do when I use digital images is I'll actually do these on a Word doc or a Google Doc. And you can see I can adjust them to the size I need. I can take out margins. Here we go. Oops. Just move him up there. Oh, what do you do with him? And I can import him in. There he is. And then I can just reduce him to the size that I need him. And what I like is I can get multiple images on a page. So if I'm doing a card swap, or maybe I'm making a bunch of cards for a birthday party, I could go through and have them all organized. So from here, all I'm going to do is hit File, Print, or Control P, and I'll print this out, and then we'll get started. All right, so now that we've got it all printed out, you can see how this looks. See how cute? All right. Ooh, all right. So I'm going to just cut this apart. And again, it's just to save paper. Now I have a lot of people that say, Jess, I love digitals, but the problem I have is I don't have a good enough printer. And that's okay. I can get that. I can get behind that, right? So the biggest trick I can suggest on that one would be for you to go ahead and take these to like Kinko's. Oops, that light is too bright today. Let me dim that a little. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. So I take a lot of if I need it printed, you can actually take it to Kinko's. Look how cute he is. What? All right. I do have to share something because somebody I know is going to say, what is up with your nails, right? Look, it's Halloween. Can you see them? Can you see they're glowy? Maybe, maybe not. Is that better without that, maybe? All right, maybe we'll try without. Anyway, so you can always send them off to Kinko's to get them printed, and then you don't have to deal with your printer. And if you just click on one of their websites, they'll actually, where you can set up like a Word doc. So do like I do with the Word doc, and then just set that over to Kinko's to print, and off you go. Now, for those of you that don't know, I'm a huge fan of my brother Scan and Cut. And so a lot of times I'll actually use that. But for today, I am not going to use that. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. I was actually sitting in my living room watching a movie with my family, and I doodle a lot when I do that. And he was one of the critters that I doodled up. So cute. All right. So there he is, all cut out. All right. So let's color this adorable little hamster. So I'm going to grab my keyboard. I can find some cute colored hamsters so I can make him match. All right. Oh my gosh, they are absolutely adorable. If we didn't travel so much, I probably would get my kids a hamster, but unfortunately we do a lot of traveling, and it's hard sometimes even just to make sure our dog is good to go. All right. So let's get some colors for this adorable little guy. I don't know about you guys, but I am a Halloween fanatic. I love Halloween. It is one of my favorite times of the year. The reason why I have so many Halloween stamps in my store. Oh my goodness, he's going to be so cute. I'll have to find some wizardy paper or something fun for the background. He's got his little pumpkin, his little cape on. When I was a kid, I didn't have a whole lot of hamsters. We had gerbils. I had a couple gerbils. I got those from high school. We had them in our science room, and our hamster got out. And so we ended up with many hamsters, or many gerbils. So then I talked my mom into bringing a few home. Not a good idea, in case you caught what I said there. Brought a few home. Yeah. Couple of one boy, the rest were girls. And then the next thing we knew, we had a hamster or a gerbil problem. And then luckily we found some people to take a couple of the boys to make sure we didn't have any more boys. So we were lucky that way, because I really thought we were not going to be. We were going to get stuck with a dozen plus. I do remember that morning my mom was so mad. Oh my goodness. Mom? Yes, Jess. So I need some help. With what? And she came in my room and was like, oh my goodness. So, yeah. So that my sister had some. My friend took some. We had some people from school take a couple. And then it was weird because that was the science class where we talked about like genetics, and we talked about like traits and stuff. And it was crazy because I had a life lesson in that, because I remember my hamster had 2 sets of babies. And let me tell you, the gestational period for a gerbil is, I think, about 27 minutes. I'm kidding. It's much longer than that. But the first ones that came, they were all brown. And then she had a second set. And she had 2 blonde ones. So like they were really, really light colored blonde. And it was crazy because not a single one of the gerbils at school was blonde. So it was pretty crazy that we had 2 blonde. So, although I will tell you that seems like an entire lifetime ago. My mom absolutely loved critters, so I think she had a soft spot in her heart for them. And I mean, knowing those critters, I mean, I don't think they lived very long. I don't remember how long we had them, but I don't feel like it was a problem for very long. Now I'm going to go look that up. I don't know how long gerbils live, but it was not, I just don't feel like they were, not like a dog or a cat where they're part of the family for a long time. And right now I'm just putting down all the base colors. And then I'll come back in and add all the shadowing and highlights. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. So be sure to go head out to my website, pick up these digitals, support small business. I always encourage people, and we ask that you please don't share these. So they're only for whomever downloads them. The other thing to know is that when you support a small business, you support, for example, I have kids in dance and that helps support them in that. So I appreciate you. Not to mention, I absolutely love drawing and then seeing the fun things that you all create using my art. Like, it's so fun. And it's crazy too, because you'll think, oh, here's the things I think they'll make. And then there's you create 20 things that are completely different than I would have ever thought. So it's a lot of fun. And after 20 years of doing this, I still love this hobby. I didn't think that it would be because they always say do something you love, but just be okay to lose that thing if, the business starts to take it over. And I've had moments where it's stressed me out very much. And there are moments where I've, absolutely loved what I'm doing. And, I'm so happy to be getting back to that. I went through kind of a tough period in my life. I lost my mom 2 years ago now, which is absolutely crazy to me to think that amount of time has gone by. That does not, it's, when you go through some weird, strange changes and life just doesn't do what you expect, you have choices to make. Do you, put on your big girl pants and keep on moving forward? Or do you just quit? And trust me, I think, losing a mom is a very tough thing. And I had many moments where I really kind of wanted to quit and not do this anymore because why, And I'll tell you the reason why. Because this is fun. I love this. I love drawing. She gave me such an amazing talent that I don't know. I that's what I can tell you. She gave me a talent that not a lot of people get. And every time I draw, every time I color, every time I do one of these videos and share this, I just feel like she would be like, look at what you drew, because she gave me a lot of that, Joss, what are you drawing today? What are you going to go make a card of today? What are you going to work on, And I feel like I went through a period of just not being motivated or inspired by this. And I think that happens to all of us, right? I mean, we all have moments where different things sort of do that to us. And I had a rough couple of days, and I just have been thinking a lot about things that her and I talked about, hopes and dreams and wishes. And so I guess what I'll say is I appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate it when you purchase a rubber stamp, a self-inking stamp, you have me draw a logo for you. And I mean, enough so that I've been here for 20 years doing this, and I don't want it to go away. So the card industry or the rubber stamp card industry, it's taken kind of a big hit, and I feel blessed enough that, before Joann's closed, my husband joked with me that I bought entirely too many things. And today we were talking about it. And I said, well, I was already planning for them to be able to be gone because I literally, I think, have a Joann's upstairs in my craft room. So, I've been preparing for this, right? But I mean, that's the thing is if you already have a ton of the materials, go and find those things. And this is, sewing, crafting, whatever. Okay. Painting, clay, whatever your thing is, right? I mean, I would assume, considering you're hanging out with me and we're watching card making, I would assume that card making is your thing, but I could be wrong. But let's say it is, right? Let's just pretend we're just sewing. Go and find that passion again. Go and pull out those materials. Maybe you download one of my digitals. I mean, they're very affordable. And again, like I said, they help me support my small business. I'm not going to say, you keep me in business, but you do. The reason why, if you watch these videos, we do get a small monetary amount. If we can get to that next level, we can have memberships, and then that will help support the channel even more. And, purchasing my digitals, purchasing custom rubber stamps, purchasing any of that also continues to support me. So I appreciate you for doing that. And I appreciate you guys for, encouraging words and, super sweet emails and thoughts, after everything that happened. And I don't wish that on anybody. So if you were blessed enough to have your mother in your life or your father and you're not on good terms, and trust me, I had that happen when I was much younger where I was not on good terms with someone who passed away, and that sucks even worse. But go and give them a call. Go make them a card, even better. Go make them a card and say, you know what? Life is too short. Go download that adorable little hamster with a pumpkin role-playing, and go send them a card, and just tell them it's just not worth it. It's not worth the fight, right? So, all right, there he is. Oops, I just want to fix around his ear. And now I will get off my little soapbox and say thank you to those of you that are sitting here watching this video. I really appreciate it. Like I said, we just have to get up to a certain amount of hours, and then we'll be able to offer all kinds of fun stuff. So please do that. And I'm okay. If you don't want to hear me talk because I get too sappy on you sometimes, that's okay. Just mute me and then turn on some music. That's fine. I understand. I don't do it on purpose. Sometimes I just... this is also like my therapy too. It's nice to be able to just let some of that stuff out. All right, so we're going to use some brown cardstock. And I'm working with a new setup, so I apologize. I'm trying to figure out where I need to put stuff, because I am just not used to this yet. All right, we talked about it earlier. I do make self-inking rubber stamps. So I always encourage you, every video, sign the back of your card. So for me, look at this, super easy. Boom, all my cards look the same, right? So you can see there it is. Oh, that's weird, it's backwards. Why is it backwards? I wonder if I flipped my camera. Oh, you know what, I bet I did. That's why I'm off. Okay, that makes sense. I've literally been like, I feel like everything is backwards. And I couldn't figure out why. Oh, that's so funny. I wonder if I can edit it while we're talking. I don't know if I can. I'm not sure. Oh, did I do it? I did it. There we go. Okay. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I figured out why I'm building this card and everything looks backwards to me. And I feel like it's not matching because I can see it up on my screen. Okay, well, that makes sense. That was funny. All right. Yeah, it's the little things in life, right? All right, so let me grab a sheet of paper. Nope, this looks like a one right here. Oh, there it is. But that explains why everything was backwards. Oh, and I have to tell you guys, if you've been following my channel forever, I have been obsessed with the waffle flower series of die cuts. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Maybe you do. Okay, this thing. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. Apparently, it's my fall stamp like card to make. Like I'm obsessed. Like so, just a warning. I will probably be going back to those very soon. I forgot. I was digging through stuff and I forgot how much I really liked working with that die cut, and I was like, I think I might need to go ahead and do something with that. So. Now, I do have a surprise for you guys. If you are watching this video, we are going to be offering some sales and some live crafting with us. So if you are interested in that, be sure to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel here. The channel itself is just ArtistryinCards.com. So all you need to do is just go ahead and subscribe. And then if you are interested, I can't tell if that helps or not, maybe a little. If you are interested in creating some sample works with some of my digitals, just reach out. I'm in the process right now of working with a couple of people to get some samples of the digitals I've created into actual cards. So super excited about that. All right, I have some new stone. Let's just get these out. I'm so excited. I've been slowly working on getting my office where I want it. It is not there yet. So you hear the frustration in my voice. It's coming. It will be there soon. It'll be there soon. They were inside of a thing, so they're a little beat up. So yay me. I gotta go lay these flatter. I like these better. All right, we'll go with that. All right. So I have been rearranging my office for, I think, the last year. Easy. And we got stuff rotated. I have now 2 monitors mounted on my wall, which is amazing. If you don't have 2 monitors when you work, I cannot tell. I'll say I'm sorry. You should really consider that because 1 monitor is fun. 2 monitors is amazing and solves a lot of the issues I have. Like for instance, right now I was able to troubleshoot that my camera, for some reason, was in reverse mode. So I'm not really sure what was going on, but that's what happens when you let your kids play around a little bit. So perhaps. All right. Get that tape down. Where is that line? There it is. Now we're just going to put that right there because I want that to go right up to the edge. There we go. In the past, I have not always been the best at making sure that I mark this down, but I would highly encourage you to take the time to do it because, surprise, hot mess, if you don't, I've had way too many ill done. Oh, I did have one of those. All right, didn't need to open that one, but that's okay. We'll go with those. Yeah, that'll be probably very good. All right, so just a warning. Just make sure you put it. And again, you just sort of start from the outside and come on in and work your way in. And sometimes when I like starting with a base paper of where I want it to go, because sometimes I have found that it really, you'll see in a minute, it really looks cool when we get this. We'll get this one next. This is my tan brush, so we're good there. See, this one's a little lighter than that color, but that's fine because we need some highlights. And we're working our way lightest to darkest. Ooh. Yeah, we'll go this one. I want a little bit of a red feel to the brick. So it's almost like we're using a different color grout. No worries. One of my favorite cards I ever did was a Haunted Mansion brick card. Oh, I love that thing. My favorite card I've ever made. All right. A little bit of brown. Hopefully this is darker. Yeah, it's builder. Perfect. And I might come in with some black just to tone this up a little. All right. I should probably sort these. That would probably be a good thing. By color. We're getting there. Baby steps, right? I could have done this in gray, made it like a castle wall, but I thought, realistic. I want it kind of like he's LARPing. That's funny. It's like live action. Oh, I wish I had a. Probably could have made one. Like a role-playing sentiment would have been nice. Something like don't make big choices if you roll a 1. Something to that effect. All right, let's just get this. All right. There we go. And I have the coolest new little holder over there. It actually looks like a Doom buggy from Haunted Mansion, but it's white. So it's super cool. All right. Oh, this looks great. See, every once in a while, man. Whew. All right. So let me just put this back with the others. We'll clean that up in a minute when we're all set. Then we're going to peel this off the paper. And again, I just use a really thin little like masking tape. It's paper masking tape. So see, it doesn't even, well, okay, I'll say this. If you leave it on there for a long time, just like anything, it'll wreck it. But if you take it off pretty darn quick after I'm done, it doesn't wreck it at all. All right. So let's get this folded. Oh, gorgeous. All right. Oh, I'm so excited. I appreciate this. I love that I can share my creativity and my designs with you. And I love, oops, let me just move that little artistry and cards out of the way. Sorry about that. But you also can visit my website, which is jessicalittleoriginal.com. So, all right, we'll close that. All right. So there's where we're going. All right. Now these are super fun. These are all sentiments that are stickers. I got these from someone quite a while ago. Just get this all. There we go. See, so now we've got this really cool brick pattern. Oh, I am so just not used to where to hold this. I'm so sorry, guys. Here, we'll just go up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. Sorry. Such is the new station. And in about a week, I'm going to have a new station again. So my husband's actually helping me build a new crafting area. So I'll be able to film on one side of my desk, and then the other side of the desk will have like all my camera stuff so I can do editing. So see, I like starting sometimes with like craft paper because look at how cool that looks. Right? I dig that. Fun. All right. Also, if you haven't seen any of my other cards, I've also made this card. I also did this adorable card. I did the bluey card. I hand drew all this stuff. So if you are interested in seeing other cards I've made, please go and check out my YouTube channel, ArtistryinCards. Okay, so right now I'm just looking for a little piece of card stuff, which I know I have. Okay. All right. Okay, so a friend of mine, I have to share this because it's a hilarious story. So a friend of mine She wanted to go and buy some of the, like the brick stencils and stuff like that. And I said, well, here's a couple of places you should definitely look at. Be cautious. Don't go to like, the Teamers and stuff. Because let me tell you, you get all kinds of funky stuff. Not to mention, I do not support companies that steal from other companies. Anyway, long story short, she had decided to go against my encouraging words, and she bought a stencil. And she was like, "Well, I've never done it, but I've watched what you do, and I want to try it." So I bought a stencil online. I'm like, "Oh, cool. All right. Where did you get it?" And she's like, "Well, I'm not going to tell you because you're not going to like it." I said, "Okay. Well, where'd you get it?" And she's like, "Well, I got it on Temu." And she goes, "But you're going to laugh at me." And I said, "Okay, why?" And she goes, "Well, wait until you see the size of the stencil." And I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "It's just a normal card making size stencil." And she goes, "Yeah, I thought so too." She gave it to me because we could not stop laughing. So if you look at how little it is, I mean, that's like 2.5. Look how tiny. So she was so excited because she wanted to be able to do big brick, and that's what she got. So I keep it as a badge of honor to remind her whenever she is crafting, do not buy those from Temu. That's probably what you'll get. Not always, but she got like 3 things that were okay. But again, I don't encourage you to do that because a lot of those images they steal from card makers like myself, artists who actually draw the images, and they just reproduce them with no care or concern. And if you want to have, all I'm doing is just punching. If you want to have these amazing small businesses who have really creative artists, and I'm speaking obviously on behalf of myself, but also of all of the other amazing companies, small businesses that are out there, even some of the big ones. If you want us to continue, please don't buy stolen images, because then we don't make any money off of that. And I mean, we do this because we love it, but we also do know that it takes up time and it takes up life, and it to be able to even purchase all the things that I use to make all these cards. We need to keep things rolling, and so just know it's just not a good thing to steal images or to so if you're going to buy a digital, please just buy it from the original artist and spend a couple bucks, and I promise you every time that little thing goes bing, a stamp was ordered. I can tell you for myself, it's so exciting. Like it's funny, 20 years and I'm still doing that same thing. All right, what is going on? All right, I gotta fix this. What in the world? Is going on? Oh, there we go. I just had to get it. All right. I know you're probably like, what the heck? I'm just gonna put a little white card inside just to make it nice. So when somebody wants to write their nice note inside, see, it looks super nice. All right. This is fun. All right. a lot of times I use full-size real stamp sentiments. Every once in a while I will use the stickers. All right, let's get some glue on this guy. Oh, we have a little dog hair. Don't charge extra for that. My dog's not allowed to card make with me, but obviously he has a predominant place here in my. Ooh, you know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna grab the black. Where did I put my? There it is. All right, we're just gonna hit this. Just a little bit of a black shadow. There. I know, it's the little things, right? It's the little things that. There we go. Oh my gosh, look how cute that is. I love that. See how fun. Now this card was not, I didn't do a bunch of die cuts. I didn't do a bunch of, things. I did do a fun background, which I like. But let's look how fun that is. You have the power to be more than you realize. How cute is that? See, and then you can open it up, write a really sweet little note, and then you don't forget to sign it. Now, whenever I make cards, I also put on there when I make them. And, post the videos. So again, not a very hard card to make, but I really wanted to show you all of our fun digitals. I've got a ton more coming. The cool part about this, I mean, you could even use that if you wanted to blow this up 8x10, and you could print that off for your kids to color. Maybe you hang a couple of those on the wall. I love that. I think it's so cute. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for hanging with me. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. I hope that you have an absolutely wonderful, wonderful day. Be sure to go ahead and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love having you guys around. Be sure to check it out. It's just ArtistryinCards.com. And then go visit my store, which is JessicaLynnOriginal.com. Go and download this. Support small business. We appreciate you more than you know. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. If you can't purchase, that's fine. Just go ahead and watch my videos, craft along with me. And then don't forget to comment and like these videos, because those also help support my channel. So I hope that each and every one of you have a great day, and we'll see you all again very soon. Take care, guys.